Intimacy basically is closeness or a um, a close familiarity, and there are a lot of people who kind of conflate that. They sometimes equate intimacy with sex, and as Onyx Rose was talking about, it's not. It's not the same thing. Um, it can be part of an intimate relationship. You can be intimate with your mother and father, or with your siblings, or with a friend. I was in a relationship with a female when I was in my 20s. She was my girlfriend. We never had sex, but I would call that an intimate relationship to a point. I mean, obviously, she didn't know I was gay, obviously, so that I couldn't I couldn't be completely myself. I couldn't open up completely to her, so it wasn't a level of intimacy where I could be completely open. But there was a level of intimacy to that. Right now, I have a friend of mine, a straight female friend. She's my best friend, and I would say we have an intimate relationship because we can tell each other pretty much anything. It's a close relationship. Doesn't involve sex, you know. Doesn't have to. Um, but yeah, I think our society has kind of come up with this definition of intimacy that seems to require sex in a way, and and I and I understand, like, when you're having sex with someone, that can be a very intimate experience. You know, you're being vulnerable, you're exposing your body to the other person, and you're letting them in to a place that not a lot of other people, well, I guess it depends on who you are, not a lot of other people have experienced. But um yeah, and even with sex, there might be certain acts that are more intimate than others.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I'm if even if I, like, hook up with a guy or something, and he he may not be out, and he may just want to experience, another guy or whatever. Usually he won't want to kiss, because kissing for a lot of people can be an intimate act.
It's almost more intimate, you know?
Yeah, yeah. They could, because they can have sex, and they can separate that. Like, that's not an intimate act for them. That's just physical gratification.
Isn't
But
that true for like prostitutes? I'm I'm not a sex worker, so I don't know, but like usually they don't kiss, or is I don't know.
I've heard that from a lot of it. I think it varies from,
Except for,
depending on who you are. But
oh,
Or what they're paying for.
yeah, yeah,
yeah, I guess it depends on what they're paying for, right? But
Right.
I think even sex workers have a limit of what they will do. And I think, like Brandon said, the intimacy of kissing is probably off, at least the sex workers I know, the intimacy of kissing is off limits.
Mm.
yeah. And I think that for a lot of them, that's their way of kind of compartmentalizing, in a way. Like, this is my job. This is this is what I do, and but kissing would be crossing a line, because that is reserved for an intimate relationship, and I'm not in an intimate relationship with my clients, or you know whoever, however they view them. So
Mm.
so yeah, I've been involved in intimate relationships that are sometimes sexual and sometimes not. Sometimes familial, sometimes friendships. So there's mine, Sarah.